So Anya, that was quite the show we watched this week. Lots
Yes.
and lots of surprises. So just, what time did you actually have to get up that day? I heard it was quite early.
I don't remember. That whole time was a blur. Because we were waking up at least at 4:30 in the morning.
Oh gosh.
4:30, 4:45. So that definitely was a little bit earlier than what I'm used to waking up
Yeah, I
at.
bet. Well, it started off so well. You get picked for, the team and you're all happy. And then talk about a cold water thrown in your face. Yani Tseng is playing against you. Now, how did you feel about that?
I was a little shocked,
Mhm.
and I was like, man, I wish I would have gotten picked. And then it was just also really cool to meet someone. I think she's 23 or 24 now, someone not close to my age,
Mhm.
who's as successful as she is tournament golf-wise. It's just amazing to see what you can do and accomplish at such an early age.
Yeah.
And meet someone as humble as she is. She was very humble.
Yeah, we just see her on TV and, we really
hmm
don't know much about her, but she seems so sweet. And I just wondered, what was she like with all you girls?
She was great.
Mhm.
Actually, there's a really funny story.
Oh,
So we
good.
got we got spray tan for the show. They spray tanned all of us. And at this point in the show, my spray tan had started to peel off on my hands. And I went in to give Yani a high five, and she pulled back and she was like, "What's wrong with your hand?" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's just a spray tan, I swear." And she was afraid to touch my hand. She wouldn't give me a high five. So I got denied.
Oh, dear. Oh, that
But
is
it
so
was
funny.
really funny. I mean, it was funny because I looked like I had leprosy.
Oh, gosh. Oh goodness. Well, that is funny. Well, there was a lot of different things that happened that day that we saw, and were pretty amazing. And that drive of Yanni's proved once again that she's world's number one. Um,
Right.
yeah, watching her hit the ball though, I was really surprised though on the flop shot. She didn't do all that much better than anybody else.
No, that's a hard shot though. I mean, it's one of those things where you're not going to get it close every time because
Hmm.
it was that green. Like if you hit it just on the green, it wasn't going to roll out. But if you landed it 4 feet on, it was going to roll all the way out. It
Hmm.
was a tough shot.
Yeah.
So can't blame her. Happens to
But
the
yep,
best of us.
I know. Well, that's the whole point, right? You in that
Right.
immunity challenge, she missed her putt on the high side, and then you missed a putt, but you got quite upset about it. She didn't get that upset about missing her putt, so
No. She already has her big break.
hmm, true. That's true. Well, you're still got a good one going for you as well. I mean, you played, elimination, highly stressful situation, and you played a good
Right.
shot. And to be honest, the other ladies really didn't play well for that part of the show. Late in the show, obviously. How much do you think that your captain Zakia, is that how you say her name, Zakia?
Zakia, yes.
Yeah, her sort of abandoning you and buying out her freedom. How much did that affect you guys in elimination?
It was a little bit shocking that was an option, but when I was able to step outside of that because wasn't even thinking about it when I was hitting my shot because at that point it didn't matter. She had already bought her way out, and I knew I had to hit a good shot to save myself or at least give myself a chance to not
Mm-hmm.
have to go into the elimination uh, playoffs. So, I won't mind and say that I wasn't frustrated, but I was, at the same time, I guess I really wasn't surprised because it's the big break. They can do whatever they want. It's their rules, and you just have to play by them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not really golf.
No, and that's the thing about the show. In a lot of ways, it's not real golf.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of a mental toughness thing. Who can stay mentally strongest for the longest amount of time?
Mm-hmm.
Because you have to be in the present 24/7. And in that sense, it is real golf because when you're out on the golf course, the shot that you're hitting, you have to be thinking about that shot. You can't be thinking about one that you just hit that maybe you didn't like or one that you're going to have to hit. You have to be staying present in that shot. So it was really a good test for us in that way where it challenged us to just be present in every single shot because we didn't know what to expect.
Mm-hmm.
So because we didn't know what to expect, there was no point in dwelling on the future and thinking about, well, I have to hit this shot, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that was good.
Well, you know, the other thing is the whole teamwork thing. They throw you together as a team, and all of you ladies, well, most of you ladies have, you know, played in college, and you're used to playing on a team, and it's, you know, and there's a real sense of camaraderie there, and you're, you know,
Right.
all for one and all that. And then, you know, 30 seconds later, suddenly they throw you out of your team, and you're playing against your partners. And that emotional stress has got to affect people.
Oh, man, it was hard. I did not hit that. I didn't hit any good shots that day up until the elimination challenge. And I really felt for Shannon and Allison because I felt like I'd let my team down all day. Like I hit a decent flop shot, but then I missed that putt coming back that, you know, from about 3 feet. And, you know, it just feels like, I don't know, I felt like I didn't deserve to be safe. And that's why I started crying because I really liked Shannon and Allison, and they're both great players, and it was hard for me to sit there and watch one of them go home knowing that I was the one that had put us in that position.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's all about timing, isn't it? Like, look at Aubrey. I mean, Aubrey, how many times did she miss that green and put her team behind the 8 ball? You know, these things happen. I mean, if you had played, you know, the shot you played in elimination earlier on, it wouldn't have happened. And everybody can have a good or bad shot at any point in a round. Same is true on any time during the big break. So it really, you know, everybody has good and bad shots. Yours just happened to be bad timing at the time for your team.
Very bad.
You know, so you can't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah.
They deliberately set you up for these things. That's part of what the golf channel does. Yeah.
They do.
Yeah. Well, it was a shock though seeing Shannon go. I really felt she had strong game and her resume
is a great
looks
player.
Good. Yeah. So it's too bad.
I mean, she's an awesome player. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a little voice and such a big game.
Oh God, she's a tough cookie.
Yeah. Yeah. I got the feeling she was.
She's a tough cookie.
Well, you know, it was exciting, and I'm just really looking forward to the future and all the rest of them if they put this many little twists and turns in. But is there something that happened during the day that we didn't see that you want to share with us?
Yeah, Yani Tseng actually used my driver in the first challenge of the day because her clubs didn't arrive in time.
Oh my!
And I think I was the only girl with the Adams driver, and because she's, you know, with Adams.
Yeah.
Use their driver, and she nailed it. And I think now I'm hitting it like 15 yards further since she used my driver.
Yeah, never change those grips, you know. You've
got
her DNA on there.
I won't, but I will never get rid of that driver. I can say that much.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm surprised she didn't, like, take a Sharpie and sign it for you, you know.
I thought about it. I did, but I just was going to keep the memory of her hitting it. I have the video. Yeah. I can always watch the playback.
That's great. Oh, well, it's terrific. Well, that's a great way to end this one. Thank you very much, Anya, for that. I love those little pieces of behind-the-scenes stuff that nobody else knows. So anyway, next week, I don't know what we're looking forward to, but I sure hope I get to talk to you again.
Yes, you will.
Okay. Anything you want to close
I mean,
with?
maybe. I don't know. I'm just, maybe I'll be in tears. I have no idea.
I'll grab you anyways.
Okay.
Anything you want to close with at all, Anya, today before we sign off?
Just follow me on Twitter at Anya Alvarez or Anya Golf on Facebook, and you can keep up to date with all of my whereabouts in the golf world.
Perfect. We'll do that.
All right.
All righty.
Thank
you.
Okay,
well, thanks, Anya. You take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.